Okay, now I've finished my invitations. Let's talk about how I put them together. Okay, first of all, to create the invitations, we need to cut out all of the pennants. And I used the Cricut cartridge Wild Card 2. And on page 59, you will see the little pennant right here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I did that on the Cricut. Okay, here I have my 12 by 12 mat, and I am going to take, I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock because I need to cut out a few more of the white pennants. So since it's not 12 by 12, I want to go ahead and put this at the bottom left hand corner of the mat, and I'll show you why in just a second. Okay? Okay, I have my Wild Card 2 cartridge in, and let me turn off everything. And now I've got my mat lined up. I have my 8.5 by 11 sheet in the bottom left hand corner of the mat, the 12 by 12 mat. I'm just going to hit the load mat. Now, because this is not a 12 by 12, I need to use my arrow keys and move the blade over to the first little point of the paper. So you just have to maneuver it a little bit. Okay, then what you want to do is go over here to this button that says Set Cut Area, and you want to press it. What this does is it measures the paper, and it kind of gets a general idea of how big the paper is, since it's not a 12 by 12. Then I'm going to select the pennant, which is right here, okay, but I want the shift button because I'm going to cut out the actual pennant and not the one with the stick. So I come over here and hit shift lock, and then I hit the pennant, and it will show up on the screen. Now I want that at 3.5, so I just use my little dial here to turn it to 3.5, and then I want to cut as many as possible, as many that will fit on this page. So to do that, I hit the autofill button and then cut, and it calculates how many it will cut out. It says 15, and unless you hit stop, it's going to start cutting that out. Okay, now we have all of the pennants cut out. You're just going to pull away your paper. It leaves all of the cut pennants. And if you don't have one of these little scrapers, you really should get one. I use it all of the time. It just helps to get up under there and pop them off. So I'm going to get these taken off and we'll go to the next step. Okay, now that I got all of the pennants cut out, I have all these college stickers that I bought at the Raleigh store in Dallas, and I am going to use those to put on the pennants. So I've got Texas Tech here. Just going to peel that off, and then I'm just going to kind of place it down in the center like so. So easy. Okay, before the NCAA comes after me, I'm not selling these. These are for a party for my mother. So anyway, now we're going to glue them onto the little pennant with the stick, which also I cut out with the Cricut. It just was the same cut, just without the shift button. So the way I do this is I use my ATG 714 gun that I got at framingsupplies.com. Okay, it sticks really well. I'm going to put as much of the tape on there as possible. I don't like using liquid glue. I'm all about speed, and I get tired of waiting for glue to dry. Okay, so I've got that as much as I can. Then I am going to use my liquid glue, the mono adhesive glue, and I'm gonna glue it right there on the tips because you don't want. Okay, now that I've got the glue unstuck, I'm just gonna dab it on the edges at the very point of the pennant right there, and then I am going to put the pennant right on top. Okay, now we've got the top glued onto the base, and so you have your little pennants. So I'm going to do that for all of the pennants, and then I'll show you what I do next. Okay, now I have all the pennants done, and I just kind of wanted to show them to you. For the base with the stick, the pennant with the stick, I used almost all these papers are Stampin' Up, and I used Close to Cocoa for the bases. For the purple, I used Elegant Eggplant, and if you don't know, this is a TCU horn frog. So I live in Oklahoma, I'm from Texas, so I have a lot of Southern football teams. And then of course LSU is in the Yo-Yo Yellow. This is just plain white cardstock I get from Walmart. And this Baylor Bear green is Handsome Hunter, and the Arkansas is Real Red, and the Longhorns are Really Rust. So again, everything but the white is Stampin' Up cardstock. And these stickers, once again, I got from the Raleigh store in Dallas. Yes, if you follow me, you know I am a Texas A&M Aggie, and you're probably wondering why there aren't any A&M pennants. That's because I couldn't find any little A&M stickers, and I'm OCD and I want them all to look alike, so that's why. So we'll go on to the next step. Okay, now what I did is I created this little title for my invitation with the word art feature in Microsoft Word, and here's what it looks like coming out of the printer. Sorry, still learning. Okay, there we go. That's what it looks like coming out of the printer. I am throwing a party for my mother next month with the Tailgate theme, so I just created this with the word art. Each one of these is a different word art. And this is just a regular text box, and I kind of all squished it together. So then I printed those out. I cut the paper to the width of my invitation, which is 5 inches, and then I just spaced these out so I get a couple on each page. And then what I'm going to do is use my stickles in Christmas red, and I'm just going over the red to make it a bit more blingy. And once that's dry, then I will cut it out. I just freehanded this to make it an interesting shape, and then I will use this one as the template for all the other ones. So I will get all that finished and we'll go on to the next thing. This is a 5x7 piece of black paper. And again, I cut all of these out after making them with word art and putting red Christmas red stickles on there. I used my ATG 714 gun and adhered that, and then I adhered the cute little pennants. And I cut out some megaphones from the All Sports Cricket cartridge and used Sportastic stamp set by My Pink Stamper for the Go Fight Win, which I think turned out really cute. And I also used the All Sports Cricket cartridge and cut out the cute little footballs with the football paper. It's textured like a football. I got that at Hobby Lobby. And then I used some puff paint, the white slick puff paint, and drew on the little laces and whatnot. And on the back is a white piece of 5x7 paper with all the information on it. So let me give you a little bit of a, there we go. There's just some different ones. You have TCU and Texas Tech and Baylor and Arkansas and the University of Texas and LSU. Yes, it really bothers me I don't have any A&M, but they didn't have any stickers, so I had to work with what they had. So I think these turned out cute. I think it's going to be a cute start to hopefully a really fun party. Thanks for watching.